Welcome to my revision of my American history notes. I'm just going over things that I've already said, and I want to dig deeper into certain things. Maybe not right away, but I'm just looking at seeing what I want to do more thoroughly or take a different tack on. But let's begin with my thoughts today. After realizing that Cape Cod was not a good place to stay, the Pilgrims moved on to the place that Captain John Smith had already named Plymouth. Unfortunately, half of the settlers died that winter from disease. However, when the Mayflower returned to England the following spring, none opted to return with the ship. Friendly Indians helped them to plant and cultivate corn, and Miles Standish taught them to shoot game, while fish, clams, and lobsters were plentiful. In October of 1621, they invited the friendly Wampanoag Indians to share their first Thanksgiving meal with them and concluded a treaty with the headman Massasoit. Now, William Bradford, at the age of 31, was elected governor after the first one died, and from there on, Plymouth Colony had annual elections for governors and their assistants. A compassionate shipmaster fishing off the coast gave them food to fend off starvation. When they heard of the massacre at Jamestown, they built a fort. By trading corn with a local Indian for beaver pelts and sending those back to England, they were able to buy their way out of debt to the London loan sharks and to obtain a patent from the reorganized Northern Virginia Company, now called the Council for New England. Plymouth Colony represented one of the purest forms of Puritanism in existence, but would have died an isolated colony if it hadn't been for a great Puritan migration in the 1630s based on what was happening in England, and a lot of violence, conflict, and war in England. Puritanism was primarily a religious movement and not, as some cynical historians suggest, a mask for politics and crass capitalism. It was a quest for righteousness and a desire to do God's will, albeit sometimes unscriptural and sometimes cruel. Still, that was its essence, a devotion to a particular view of God in the Bible. Every branch of Christianity has had a movement of this sort, and even Judaism has had its reformers who longed to do exactly what God wanted them to do. The Roman Catholic Church had Jansenism in the 18th century. France and the French Protestants, called Huguenots, were very similar to the English Puritans. Now, Puritan thinking had a great influence upon America and is the foundation of what became known as the Protestant work ethic, which created a productive country where work was valued and a devotion to working was prized. Puritans believed that the Catholic Church had taken a wrong turn about the 5th century, unlike Anabaptist groups who believed the Catholic Church was a false church to begin with. And the Puritans felt that the Anglican Church, their Church of England, had not gone far enough in separating itself from Catholic ritual and dress. The Puritans had a strong desire to get rid of the Renaissance and get back to what they perceived to be the original form of the Christian church. Like the Catholic Church and Islam, the Puritans believed in a political religion where every aspect of a person's life spiritually, that's between himself and God via the Holy Spirit, and politically, that's in laws that govern day-to-day life, was governed by the religious faith of the community. They were radical, reactionary, and not interested in religious freedom for anyone but themselves. To live in a Puritan community meant that one must, on the surface at least, adhere to the rules of the community, which were based on religious dogma. Now, I'm going to stop there and pick it up with starting with one main difference between the Puritans and the Catholic Church. But we'll stop. And I hope that if you watch the video that you'll click like and subscribe or follow, share the video, and feel free to make your own comments. What do you think about what I've said? Do you agree, disagree? Please provide your citations. Give me something to work on. Thank you very much.